Hello everybody, I'm going to do a flip through and first impressions of the Student Tarot. So where the heck did I get a hold of this? So as I discussed in my Magic Flower Movement review, flip through, first impressions, I got this off AliExpress. So when it comes to wholesale resale sites like AliExpress, Wish, there's a lot of tarot knockoffs. If you go on there, you're going to find um, some really cheap indie decks, and the quality is not that great. However, if you are able to dig a little deeper, you will actually find some decks that are not copyright infringement. They're just their own unique decks. The Magic Flower Movement is one of them, and this is another. It's just called the Student Tarot. So this was not expensive with shipping. It was $3 for the deck, and then $3.22 for the shipping. It would actually cost more for the shipping itself. Now, when it comes to little decks like these, I'm not expecting a whole lot in quality. When I reviewed this one, I thought it was really cute. Quality is not the best on it, but the artwork wasn't too bad. I do like the size of these decks. They are very easy on my hands because my hands are not terribly big, although that plastic's giving me some grief. So, funny enough, called the Student Tarot. If you are again, I have to look at the cards to see if they're worthwhile, but if you are a brand new practitioner or you're very young, this might be something that you can afford. It didn't take too long to get to me. Let me just double check to see when I ordered it. Today is May 19th, and I ordered it on the 7th, so it actually came quite quick. Text box is just nothing to go home about. It's not in plastic, so they're just hanging out there. All right, so we got a little white book. Oh, the one thing I should mention is that I believe this is Chinese. There's a lot of English here, which I find really funny. I think they must just throw stuff through Google Translate. Yeah, so this is not in English. Kind of love it though. Oh look, listen. I can't read this obviously, but it does look like they're actually giving instructions. Oh yeah, it's telling you if you flip it, you actually want to flip to the side, not upright. Like that's fun. Like that's actually really cute. I'm gonna see if my my phone has a feature on it. If I put it on text, it'll translate it. So I'm not expecting an actual accurate translation, but I think that's cute. So cardstock wise, ooh, they're thin. They're floppy. I don't have my Rider-Waite right here. Give me 2 seconds to grab that. All right, I'm unsure where I put my Rider-Waite-Smith right now. I really need to organize my decks. But this is the Heaven and Earth Tarot, which is very, very similar. It's so small. It's so small, but it's thin. Compared to like this one's got some really big snapback on it. Again, that's similar enough to a Rider-Waite that I can do that comparison. But I do like the size. I have a love-hate relationship with tarot cards and their sizes because let's grab the Tarot Volatile Heavy Edition here. Like for my hand size, it's really hard to shuffle decks like this, but that's a me problem, not a card problem, because you can really see the arch on these larger style decks. So I don't necessarily want them any smaller. but a little mini deck is nice to hold in the hand. Looks like these are slightly out of order. So I'm just gonna lay them down as they, actually, you know what? Just real quick, yeah, these are out of order. So that's kind of indication of a deck that's not the best quality, but I'm gonna take a few seconds to put this in order, and then I'll do a flip through. All right, so I do have it organized, so I'm gonna just go right in with the flip through. Okay, thoughts. So, I actually like this deck. It's cute. I think that the artwork on it is actually really well done. What I really appreciate is that in the minor arcana here, I don't know if you noticed, but the background's the same across the board. That's actually a really intelligent way to design the cards that if you're like a deck creator or an artist, I know that this can be a really big task, but having the same background is actually a really nice way to, I don't want to say cut corners, but it's a really nice way to kind of streamline the creation process of it. What I don't like is that some of these cards don't make any sense. If you take a look here, like the kids are crying on the 10 of Cups. Like that's supposed to be like familiar fulfillment. And usually I just be like, yeah, you know what? It doesn't have to be a traditional deck. But the problem is that, yeah, the big problem is that we have other cards. Oh, let's see if I can find what I'm talking about here. We have other cards that are the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith system. Unfortunately, I can't read this to find out if it is, but this would actually kind of fail to do what it's set out to do, which is be a student tarot, if the card meanings are, or the imagery is off from the meaning itself. However, for the price of it, it's really nice. Again, cardstock is thin. I wouldn't get too chuffed about that just because of the cost of it. And I never really mentioned the back either. The back's nice. It's actually an easy shuffle, but that has everything to do with the fact that I have small hands, but the whole thing you can just bend. Like that's how thin it is. But other than that, I'm not overly upset with this in any way, shape, or form. And the artwork is nice. I just wish they put a little more care in some of the meanings here. I don't know if it's just a translation error or the artists just having some liberties, which again, there's nothing wrong with that in any way, shape, or form. But the issue with that is that, especially if this is intended to be a learning tarot, it kind of negates the point of having it. It's also very blue, I've noticed. It's a very blue deck, which is funny because when you do order it, it comes in one of two boxes, either this one or a red one. They don't give you a choice. I don't think the red one's any different. I'll double check here. And I'll put a link below where I purchased this from. No, yeah, it appears that the red box is the exact same. It's the exact same. So it doesn't matter what color box you get, it's either going to be red or blue. Overall, my thoughts, it's worth the $6. Frankly, I think this wouldn't be a bad deck for a younger practitioner. Somebody who's like, I'm talking like preteen. Somebody's like 5 or 6, because the images in the deck are very, very safe. Well, maybe not so much that one, which is funny. I just picked up the one deck, which is like, we got some fetish nuns on there, but but overall, like, I think that the deck itself, it's not obscene or anything of the sort. It's quite pretty. Again, I find it funny, the one card that would be like slightly a little like, ooh, is the one I picked up when I said, yeah, this is appropriate for kids. But honestly, it really is probably the most appropriate for children overall. However, I would think this is definitely more of a novelty deck, in my opinion, than an actual reading deck. But it is very pretty. It's very pretty. If I spent more than $10 on this, I'd be mad. But $6 is a very, 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 very reasonable price for it. Especially if you want like a little purse deck or something of the sort. If you're going to be doing like extensive readings on it, you would want to have a good knowledge of the system itself, because if you did use this for learning, you just might end up losing some nuances there, just especially where the artwork is it's not very descriptive. Like, how is that supposed to show competition when they're holding hands? So it's might be misses the mark a little bit, but other than that, I like it. It's cute.